office day of trial on OWI.
Trial for today for OW?
I'm not keeping the office open on the day.
Please leave your message for 2.
Thank you.
The 36th District Court in the state of Michigan is back in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, lying down, driving, no wearing of any head garments unless it's for religious purposes only, no chewing of any gum or reading of any material, and you must be properly dressed when a judge asks you to turn on your cameras. Good morning again, Your Honor.
Good morning to all of you on Zoom. When you hear me call your name, when I say if parties are already on in your name, make sure your camera is on and that you're already seated and ready to proceed with your matter. Please do not do anything on Zoom that you would not do in my courtroom. Are the parties ready on Devontae Brantley?
Ready.
Now calling the people versus Devontae Nico Brantley, ticket number SP 130977761. One count of driver's license suspended. Ticket number SP 135999902. One count of driver's license suspended. Ticket number SP 142114441. One count of driver's license suspended. Ticket number SP 142114443. One count of no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket number SP 1436163, count 1, driver's license suspended, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Harry Bachman, P55052, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Brantley. Please state your name for the record.
My name is Devontae Brantley.
There are also officers from the good police department. Would you one at a time, please state your names and badge numbers?
Good morning, Officer Abdul Shabazz, badge number 1194, Detroit Police Department.
Officer Brian Nelson, badge 3664, Detroit Police
Good
Department.
morning. Good morning, Officer Gonzalez, badge 850, Detroit Police Department.
Good morning to the good officers who have appeared for the purpose of trial, Your Honor. The defendant is going to waive his right to any trial in those matters and plead guilty pursuant to a recommendation made here by Corporation Counsel, specifically that he would plead to the reduced charge of failing to display a valid driver's license, a 0-point offense, and hereafter pay a fine for that, and 2 counts of improper plates. The defendant understands he has a right to a trial and is waiving that here today. He's prepared to give a factual basis and has otherwise been advised. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Brantley, you had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Buckman in the breakout room. Did he advise you of your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for a guilty plea?
No.
And are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. I'm going to turn your attention to March 16, 2023. Were you driving a 2013 Chevy?
Yes.
Were you driving in the area of Curtis and Indiana Street in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Did you come in contact, Mr. Brantley? I need you to speak very clearly, sir.
Okay.
Did you come in contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day?
Yes.
And when asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No.
And the 2013 silver Chevy, did it have proper plates?
No.
Satisfied, counselor?
As to each count, satisfied. Thank you.
Turning your attention to January 28, 2023, were you driving I'm believing the same 2013 Chevy?
Yes.
And were you in the area of Chalfonte and Ardmore in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And did you come in contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day?
Yes.
Repeat it.
Repeat it, what you just said to me?
Yeah, repeat your last answer, sir, so that we can hear you.
Oh, yes.
And the vehicle that you were driving, did it have valid car insurance on that date?
No, not on that day.
Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied. Thank you, Your Honor.
Stipulate to probable cause on the dismissals.
As to all matters being dismissed, I stipulate to probable cause. Thank you.
Thank you. The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Brantley for the amended charge of failure to display and the amended charge of improper plates on ticket number ending in 2525. Will also enter a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Brantley for the amended charge of improper plates for ticket number ending in 1144. Mr. Brantley, are you currently working?
Yes.
Okay. So the court is going to assess fines and fees in this matter of $190 each. And would you need 60 days to pay?
To pay in full? Yeah, I need about 60 days.
Is that 3 or 4? 3 of them. $570 is going to be your total. And you will have until September 19th to pay. If it's not paid by September 19th, you do need to appear back here on the same Zoom at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
As long as you pay, you don't have to come back to court.
All right.
You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Okay, did the officers who were just here on the Brantley matter already leave? You're free to go. If you're still here on the blue matter, please stay. That will be the next matter that we call. Officer Gonzalez, you're free to go,
Thank you.
unless you're also here on blue.
No, I'm not. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Parties ready on the blue matter?
Ready.
Now calling the people versus Charles Maximilian Blue, ticket number P 1442902. Count 1, driving unregistered, untitled vehicle. Count 2, drove while license not valid or improper license. Count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Harry Bachman for the defendant. Would you state your name, please, sir, Mr. Blue?
Charles Blue.
Thank you.
Wait,
Your Honor.
Mr. Blue, wait, I'm sorry. When I started today, I said, when you hear your name, have your camera on, be seated and ready to proceed with your matters. Did you hear me say that?
Yes,
So will you turn your camera on?
I've been trying to turn it on since we was in the breakout room. Every time I press start video, it say, please allow Zoom. Okay, start my video now. Okay. It's still showing the same thing.
Now, we've had a continuing difficulty with the defendant.
Okay, we can proceed.
So he's going to waive his rights to any trial this morning. There is an officer. Would you announce your name, please?
Officer Abdul Shaddad, badge number 1194, Detroit Police Department.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. The defendant is going to waive his right to any trial. There's a recommendation that if he pleads guilty to the reduced charge of failing to display a valid driver's license, that the balance of the cases would be dismissed here. He's going to make a factual basis according to that recommendation. I am stipulated a probable cause for the matters that are being dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Blue, you had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Bachman in the breakout room. Did he advise you of your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I'm going to say I swear or affirm. You can say you swear or affirm, but don't do both. I swear or affirm
I affirm
that the testimony I give today will be the truth and the entire truth.
that the testimony I give today will be the truth and the entire truth.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Turning your attention to March 20th, 2023. Were you driving a 2019 Hyundai?
Yes.
And were you in the area of East McNichols and Conley in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you encounter Officer Shabazz on that day, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And when asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, counselor?
I'm satisfied. Thank you, Your Honor. Stipulate the probable cause for the dismissals.
Thank you. The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Blue for the amended charge of failure to display on count 2. Counts 1 and 3 will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Blue, the fines and fees assessed in this matter are $220. Are you working currently, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you need 14 days to pay or 30 days to pay it?
Well, 14 to do. 14 would be cool.
Okay, so it's gonna be due August 2nd. If it's not paid on August 2nd, you do need to appear here on this Zoom at 8:30 that morning.
Okay.
You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
You're free to go, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Parties ready on Banks?
Ready?
Now calling the people versus Darius Keith Banks, ticket number P1312134, 1 count of driving while license suspended, 1 count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record.
Okay, please support, Your Honor. Harry Bachman on behalf of the defendant. Sir, state your name.
Darius Banks.
And there's no officer present any longer on this matter. Mr. Bachman.
I believe that Officer LaCole did come in.
Yes.
All right.
Officer Woods, rather. And I did discuss that with the defendant. He is willing to plead guilty to the count ending in 0582. I would be leaving the scene of the accident, and that would be reduced to a failure to report, a 0-point offense. Defendant is willing to admit responsibility to that offense, and the balance of the cases announced here would be dismissed.
Just a moment then, because I believe I read either the wrong or not enough information into the record. Okay, there are 2 additional matters to add to this record. That is P1443058, count 1, driving while license suspended, count 2, leaving the scene of an accident with property damage. And I apologize, Mr. Bachman, I was slightly confused about the plea agreement because I had only pulled one of the tickets out of his file. Can you tell me again what that plea offer is?
The plea offer is that the defendant would plead guilty on the matter ending in 0582, that leaving the scene of the accident. That charge would thereafter be reduced to failure to report. Now that is a 0-point offense, and the defendant would ostensibly be assessed a fine for that here. He's been advised. We're ready to enter into that agreement today, Your Honor.
And the people were willing to dismiss both of his driving while license suspended?
That's correct.
That's a really good offer.
It is.
And Mr. Banks, what do you plan to do about your suspended license?
I'm actually trying to get them. I'm trying to get my license today if it was possible. Because I just had a baby and I got a lot of appointments coming up and I'm working. I was trying to see if I can get like a restriction for maybe 14 days, maybe till I pay the ticket off.
He has outstanding fines of his? Okay, in the meantime, I am gonna take your plea. So did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Boffin in the breakout room and he advised you of your rights?
Yes.
Did you understand your right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, promise you or force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Turning your attention, you put your hand down. Turn your attention to March 19, 2023. Were you driving a 2013 Ford?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you in the area of West McNichols and Evergreen Road in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you come in contact, oh, actually, did you have an accident on that day, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you report the accident to law enforcement?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Stipulate to probable cause on the dismissal.
So stipulated. Thank you.
The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Banks for failure to report an accident with property damage. Mr. Banks, fines and fees assessed in this matter is going to be $250. And you said you can pay that when?
I can pay that within a few weeks. But is it a way for me to get my license restricted today or so?
No, he owes $336 that has his ticket that has his license suspended.
And so the ticket that has your license suspended, you currently owe $336 on. That's outside of what you owe for this court. So to finish up this case, I want to make sure that we state on the record that I will give you 60 days to pay the $250. So it's going to be due September 19th. If it's not paid by September 19th, you need to appear back here on this same Zoom at 8:30 that morning. All other counts will be dismissed without prejudice as it relates to the one ticket, at least the one ticket that we're aware of that has your license suspended. You need to make that payment of $336.
And that's Detroit.
That's 36 District Court. And you can pay it on 36districtcourt.org's website.
So I owe the $336 plus the $250.
Correct.
You got another one for $228.
There's another one outstanding for $228, but it's not affecting you being able to get your driver's license back. So my recommendation would be pay the $336 ASAP and then pay the $250 before August 21st, because that's the deadline that I'm giving you, and then go back and pay the $228.
All right, so the 336 will give me my license.
Correct. It should.
You
And
don't
what
have
kind-
anything.
Have something in other cities that we're unaware of.
Okay. Trying to see where can I pay that at? Online? That's the
At
day.
36districtcourt.org, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Parties ready to proceed on the Brooks matter?
Ready.
I didn't realize that was a dismissal. I would have done it a while ago. One minute. Now calling the people versus Monet Latisse Brooks, ticket number SP 127-24311, one count of improper plates, ticket number SP 128-1791, count 1 unregistered untitled vehicle, count 2 no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Harry Baughman for the defendant. Ma'am, state your name.
Monet Brooks.
Thank you. For the arraignment, we're going to stand mute, waive any more formal reading of the information or complaint or the warrant, and ask that a not guilty plea be entered on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
The court entered not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Brooks.
So she presents today with valid registration and insurance. I did see the registration and know that it does not expire until February 22nd of 2024, Your Honor. She was about to show me her insurance, but I didn't get to see it, ma'am. Could you show us your insurance certificate now?
Okay, so with that, I found my insurance, but it did actually expire this past May.
Was
That's
it
something I will
valid?
have to look on. It was valid at the moment, yeah.
Okay,
but
can we
it's
see that
expired now.
insurance certificate?
Is there any way that I can, it's on my email, is there any way I can show you guys off the email? I have a screenshot of it.
I will give you my email address by chat. Can you access the chat? Sorry, Your Honor. I didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to chat you my email. Can you send that right away? And then I can give testimony as an officer of the court.
Okay. Let me,
There's my email address on the chat.
okay, what's the email?
Do you see the chat? I'll give it to you. Ready?
Oh, the chat. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Okay, let me put it on here. Okay, I'm sending it now. Did you get it?
You sent it to me. You sent it to the court.
Oh, well,
Good enough.
Well, this is just showing the bill. This not showing the actual coverage. We need to see your actual statement that show like the dates between. It normally has like the effective date of when you got the insurance and when the date and when it.
The actual certificate would help, the certificate of insurance.
okay. I have to find
Your Honor, would you allow the defendant to come back at a next action date, a pretrial? Ma'am, we want you to get current and valid insurance either way.
Yeah.
Would you be able to do that at a next action date? Would that?
Yeah, I would most definitely get the insurance the next date.
The white Chevy, the 2010 white Chevy, is that in your name?
Oh, I don't have that no more. That car is gone. I drive something else now.
You do have another car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but the white Chevy was in your name, is that correct?
It was in my name, yes.
All right,
It's no longer.
so I will give you a return. I'm gonna set this for, what was this set for today, pretrial?
Pretrial, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll set this for a final pretrial on August 15th
I'm
at
sorry.
8:30.
I misspoke. This is for arraignment today. Can we have a pretrial date, please?
I'm sorry. Thank you for clarifying its schedule. The pretrial will still be scheduled for 8/15/2023. Ms. Brooks, if you can bring
Yes,
in
ma'am.
your proof of insurance registration, then I will entertain dismissing at that time.
Okay, and you said what date?
August 15th.
Thank you.
At 8:30, same time.
Ms. Brooks, you also have an outstanding balance with the court. One moment. The same date of this ticket, you had a defective or missing equipment ticket that was 144.
600.
You have additional tickets that are total, the total is $634.
Okay,
So on August 15th, by August 15th, I need you to have entered into a payment plan for the $634 before you come back to court on August 15th.
okay,
Me dismissing these other matters will be contingent upon you entering into a payment plan to pay the $634.
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay.
All right, you're free to
Thank you.
go.
All
See
right,
you on
thank
August
you.
15th, ma'am, at 8:30.
All right,
Have a good day.
you too.
Mr. Blackman, is that it for you?
That's everything.